A Navy misfit fights against an alien invasion threatening the fate of humanity. In 2005, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery when they discovered a distant planet with a climate similar to Earth's. NASA soon made a strong transmission device to launch the Beacon Project, a program to establish a connection with this planet. Every 24 hours, a NASA station in Oahu, Hawaii, sends a signal to this planet G. On the present day, Alex Hopper is celebrating his birthday in a bar with his friend, talking about Alex's future. During their conversation, a girl enters the bar and orders a chicken burrito, but the bartender refuses because the kitchen is already closed. These words make her angry because she is starving. To impress her, Alex promises to bring the burrito in 5 minutes. To fulfill his promise, he goes to the store across the road, but when he reaches there, the attendant refuses, saying the store is closed. However, Alex enters through the ceiling, steals the burrito, heats it in the microwave, and gets out. Unfortunately, the police arrive there shortly, and as soon as he gives the burrito to the girl, they apprehend Alex. Despite the end result, his bravery impresses the girl. The next day, while listening to the rebuke from his elder brother Stone Hopper, Alex learns that the girl he met at night is Admiral Shane's daughter Samantha Shane, who commands the entire fleet. Alex is a 26-year-old jobless guy who gets his brother in trouble because he is in the Navy too. His brother can no longer afford to support him, and he decides to put him in the Navy. After a few years, during the RIMPAC maritime warfare exercises, a soccer match between America and Japan takes place. With Japan leading 2-0 at halftime, Alex scores the first goal in the second half. With only 1 minute left in the game, Alex is fouled by Captain Nagata, winning a penalty. His brother chooses another player, but Alex insists on taking the penalty and, unfortunately, shoots over the bar. Later, Samantha asks Alex to talk to her father about their wedding. The next day, Admiral Shane announces the start of RIMPAC games and intends to talk to Alex. Alex arrives late in the event and fears that the Admiral will not accept him as his son-in-law due to his bad reputation in the Navy. Samantha asks her father to give Alex 5 minutes of his time, and he agrees, but instead of seizing the opportunity, Alex runs to the washroom. While practicing the speech he plans to give to the Admiral, Alex encounters Captain Nagata, who unexpectedly enters the washroom, leading to a heated confrontation and a fight between them. Later, they needed to explain it to the Admiral, claiming that the floor was wet and they slipped. After warning them and making them promise that this will never happen again, Admiral Shane asks others to leave the room as he wants to talk with Alex alone. After scolding him, Admiral asks him if he has anything to say, but he still has no courage to take permission from him to marry Samantha. On the first day of RIMPAC, Alex meets his brother Stone, who tells him that he will be kicked out of the Navy after RIMPAC and he can't save him now. Meanwhile, Samantha arrives at the Naval Physical Rehabilitation Center and meets Mick. He was a former lieutenant colonel, and because he lost his legs in combat, he was removed from his post. Samantha takes him to hike in the mountains, where Alex scolds her, apologizing as he messed things up. At the same time, Dr. Nagati, who discovered Planet G, and his assistant detect 5 unidentified objects heading towards Earth. He immediately calls Cal Potter, a scientist involved in the Beacon Project, who is terrified to discover that these objects are moving toward his location. During their descent, one of the objects crashes into the satellite and changes its trajectory. Minutes later, 4 crash into the Pacific Ocean and another into Hong Kong, causing a massive catastrophe. After analysis, Dr. Nagati confirms that this is an alien invasion because the crashed object is made of elements that do not exist on the periodic table. Meanwhile, the Navy spots an unknown vessel, and Stone asks Captain Browley to send an investigating team which includes Alex, Cor, and Walter. As they approach the vessel, confusion takes over as they have never seen anything like it before. When Alex touches the object, a sudden shock throws him away. In just a minute, the object emits a powerful energy surge and creates a protective shield around the area. This shield separates Stone's, Alex's, and Nagata's warships from the rest, preventing anyone from entering or leaving. Furthermore, all signals are blocked, causing communication disruption. As Walter attempts to start the engine, a giant alien ship emerges from the water and emits a sound that affects the shipment hundreds of miles away. Recognizing these objects as a threat, the Navy starts bombing them. However, the alien ship retaliates and drops dozens of bombs on the Navy ships. Walter manages to start the engine, and as they retreat to their ship, Cora opens fire on the alien ship with a machine gun. All three ships join forces to fight against the aliens, and sadly, Stone's ship is first to sink with a huge explosion, followed minutes later by Captain Nagata's ship. Alex tragically witnesses the death of his brother, but fortunately, Captain Nagata survives. During the attack, Captain Browley and his second-in-command are killed, leaving Alex as the only senior officer on his ship. Now the ship is in Alex's hands, and he decides to seek revenge for his brother. On other crew members' request to rescue the survivors, he changes his mind and turns his ship. Due to this deviation, they no longer threaten aliens and aren't attacked by them. After this, the aliens send metal discs to destroy the US Marine base, destroying the helicopters like insects. Then they spread on the island, destroying everything in their path. The strange thing about them is that they do not attack humans unless they threaten them. Meanwhile, the Navy tries to find a way through the shield to help their comrades destroy whatever is causing that. While climbing, Samantha and Mick spot an alien ship approaching, and seconds later, it lands near the camp where Cal and his assistant are. Some policemen follow the ship's trail, go after them, and find Samantha and Mick on their way. They warn them to hide because aliens are taking over the island. Then they continue on their way. Mick decides to go after aliens because he desires to see aliens, so Samantha decides to accompany him. As the police officers approach the ship, the aliens feel threatened and attack their vehicles. After pulling the survivors from the sea, Alex must devise a plan to stop the aliens. As he is thinking about it, Walter appears and asks him to accompany him to the control room. When Alex arrives, he finds an alien, which his men pull out of the water. After removing the alien's helmet, they discover these things look like humans. However, the alien attacks Alex when he points the flashlight at its eye. The shipmen rush to help Alex, but in the meantime, other aliens arrive and rescue their companion away in their ship. Soon after the alien's ship departs, Alex realizes there are still aliens on the ship and begins searching for the intruders. During the search, one of the aliens enters the generator room where Walter is present. He orders others to leave, but the alien doesn't attack him. Instead, only tries to destroy power generators. The ship is nothing without these generators, so he tries to stop the alien and becomes a threat. In response, the alien starts to fight with him. Alex appears to help his friend, but the alien snatches the weapon from his hand and throws it away. As the alien is about to attack him, Cora opens fire on it and attracts the alien's attention. Alex orders Cora to run to the CIC while he distracts the alien to follow him outside. When Cora reaches there, she manually aims the cannon at the alien and blows his head. On the other hand, Samantha and Mick find the police vehicles destroyed. Realizing that the situation is more serious than they imagined, Mick suggests leaving the mountain. To do so, Samantha will have to get the key for one of the vehicles that was left behind. Knowing that this is their only chance to escape, the woman shows courage and walks through the wreckage to get the key from the belt of one of the dead police officers. Before they leave, a group of aliens arrive and survey the place again. Since they find nothing, the group leaves the place, and Samantha and Mick run to the police car. Suddenly, Cal shows up and tells her that aliens were there because of his signal, and during the invasion of his camp, they killed his assistant. Meanwhile, in a conversation with world leaders, Dr. Negrady states that aliens are trying to contact their home through human satellites, and if they do so, all of humanity could be extinct. During testing the alien helmet, Jimmy realizes that it blocks all the sunlight and theorizes that aliens are sensitive to light. As they can't detect alien ships through radar, Captain Nagata suggests detecting them through water displacement using NOAA data. This experiment proves successful, and it gives them the direction of alien ships in the water. However, alien ships start moving faster when they come to know they are detectable. To prevent the aliens from contacting their planet, Samantha suggests the help of Alex because his warship has the capability to destroy the entire mountain. However, due to the shield blocking the signals, they can't make contact. Cal could make contact with the help of a spectrum analyzer, but it is in Cal's camp where the aliens are. But to prevent human extinction, he decides to take the risk and bring it. Cal enters undetectable, but as he picks up the spectrum analyzer and prepares to leave, one of the aliens detects him. Cal remains motionless, proving he isn't a threat to the alien, and so escapes easily. Meanwhile, 2 alien ships attack the Navy ship, but they manage to dodge enemy fire at Alex's command. After several attempts, they are finally able to destroy alien ships. As they celebrate it, Samantha contacts Alex and informs him about the situation on the mountain and tells him to bomb the mountain within 4 hours. The communication is interrupted, and Mick suggests they should leave the mountain before the Navy blows the place up. After their communication ends, water displacement signals that another alien ship is approaching, and Alex plans to lure the enemy to the nearest place before sunrise. Now they are in position, and as soon as the enemy ship shows up, Alex and Nagata open fire and destroy the front glass of the ship, causing sun rays to enter. Now the aliens are bewildered as they are sensitive to light, and shipments start bombarding them. However, aliens send 2 metal discs to destroy the Navy ship, and now they have no other choice but to abandon it. Seeing that the ship is destroyed, Mick and Samantha plan to delay the aliens since there's no ship left to destroy the mountain, but Cal decides to stay behind. Meanwhile, survivors in the lifeboats get frustrated because they are unable to stop the enemy now. But Alex suggests they put their trust in a 70-year-old battleship which is completely outdated. Walter is worried about how they would run it, but Alex calls for the help of former heroes who know everything about the ship, and with their help, they make the ship run again. At that moment, the mothership that was keeping the shield active begins to move. Before they attack, Alex devises a strategy and orders his crew to alter the ship's course and prepare the cannons. As the aliens are about to attack, he orders the crew to drop the anchor, which causes the ship to undergo sudden deviation and dodge the bombs. Now it's their turn, and they unleash fire on the alien ship. The aliens counterattack and damage part of the Navy ship, but the old heroes don't let the enemy lead and destroy the alien ship. With this, the shield is also broken, and contact is again established. On the other hand, the aliens on the mountain begin to send signals to their planet. At that time, Samantha and Mick show up and drive over the wires, interrupting the signal. However, Samantha gets stuck, and the former lieutenant colonel takes his cane and steps out to fight the aliens. Mick takes off the helmet from the alien and gets the upper hand because they are light sensitive. As he punches the alien manages to knock him down. Just then, Cal arrives and beats the alien with his briefcase. As they are busy fighting, other aliens repair the wires, allowing the signal to resume transmission. Meanwhile, shipmen team up to get the missile to the turret and make it ready to fire. Cal helps Samantha get loose, and the 3 run for cover. Just before launching the missile, Alex and Nagata discover that the mothership has sent 3 metal discs to destroy their ship. As everyone accepts their tragic end, Alex then orders to bomb the mountain. But just as metal discs begin to hit their ship, fighter jets sent by Admiral Shane neutralize them. In this way, the enemy is eliminated, and the transmission equipment is destroyed. Weeks later, heroes who saved humanity receive their tributes. Among them is Mick, the former lieutenant colonel who thought he could never be a soldier again after losing both legs. The President of the United States dedicates the Navy Cross to Commander Stonehopper, who died in battle as a hero, and Alex Hopper receives it on his behalf. Alex also receives the Silver Star for his great heroism and bravery during the combat. At the end of the ceremony, the Admiral moves close to Alex and says he hopes to see Alex commanding his ship soon. Samantha takes the opportunity and asks Alex to talk to her father about the wedding. He becomes nervous, but after the latest events, he feels more confident now and tells Admiral that he is in love with Samantha and wants to marry her. Shane first disapproves of this, but, before leaving, invites Alex to join him for lunch to discuss the terms of this marriage. In a post-credits scene set in Scotland, 3 teenagers stumble upon another piece of the alien communications spacecraft. They manage to open it, only to find themselves face-to-face with an emerging alien creature. The scene ends with the 4 of them fleeing in terror.